So it is currently raining and I have something to share with you guys. I'm going camping for 24 hours. Well, technically it's gonna be like 36 hours, but 24 just sounds better. I'm gonna stick with 24, so let me tell you about it. This camping trip I'm going on, there's actually 2 of them every year. One of them is right now, kind of the beginning of fall, and it's tent camping. So this is gonna be a little different than what I'm normally used to, but it has been quite some time since I went tent camping. And then the second one, which happens during the winter, the individuals who go normally stay in a cabin. But I'll explain a little bit more of how this came about in regards to why I'm, randomly choosing to go camping. So let's get this stuff in the car.
Bye, Daddy.
Bye-bye.
You gonna film yourself checking your oil?
No, I thought about it.
No, Daddy's hair.
I know,
Why is it so dark? Okay, so finally loaded up. I'm about to head out. Took like 15 minutes to say goodbye to the girls, but I like it, so it is what it is. I think it's gonna be about an hour and a half to get there, and I need to stop at Walmart to get some snacks and stuff for the trip. It's kind of funny, Martina had some zebra cakes recently, and I don't know about you, but it's probably been like 15 years since I've had zebra cakes. Like, it's been a long time. And I'll show you the snack of preference when I get to the grocery store, but yeah, it's gonna be fun. So let's get out of here. My camera's just kind of sitting on my dashboard. I'm a little nervous it's gonna fall over. So I just thought I wanted to share with you guys. I've been thinking about this for a little while, and when I started my channel, I wanted to mainly focus on DIYs, woodworking, and home improvement. And that's the stuff I do probably the most, but a lot of the videos on my channel recently have been stuff that isn't really, stuff that fits in that. I have been doing a lot of DIYs, but I guess my question for you guys is, do you enjoy the content that isn't necessarily DIY, woodworking, that sort of thing? Do you actually enjoy all that stuff? I've been noticing that I get a lot of opportunities to do stuff that's not exactly what I was planning to do. For instance, I plan to buy the newest iPhone that just was announced, the 13, and I was thinking about doing like an unboxing, and then like every year, the camera system's always better and better and better, so I was thinking about maybe doing an entire DIY video or woodworking video with just the phone instead of my actual camera that I am using right now. So I don't know, are you guys interested in that sort of thing? I kind of feel like it wasn't on purpose, but the name of my channel kind of lends itself to be open-ended, where if I was like Zach's woodworking shop, that's pretty specific, but it's use what you got. I mean, that could be applied to so many different things. Yeah, if you have any thoughts or comments, definitely leave them down below. Also, if you're a new person and this is the first time you've been to my channel, thanks for stopping by. So I hope you enjoy the content. We're at Walmart, the most wonderful place on the earth. Gonna grab a couple snacks, so let's go. Martina might be all about the zebra cakes, but I'll tell you where it's really at. Powdered donuts.
For the love of donuts, let's go!
Yeah, that's where it's at. So I found this cool multi-tool knife. And I forgot my pillow. Alright, so the real reason I came here was to get ice, but I mean, can't go wrong with this. So now it's time for the last leg of the trip. Got about an hour or so drive. Let's get out of here. Keep turning around in circles. I think this is it, but I'm not sure. It's very frustrating. So I'm gonna try to find a balance. I don't wanna like record all the time, but there may be times I might just, you know, set up the camera and do a time lapse or whatever, just while we're hanging out and talking and stuff. But I'm gonna unload the car, get my site set up, and yeah, we'll see what happens. This is interesting. You park over there, you walk through this little trail, and then you've got the main trail for bikes and walking and stuff, and then the campsite's over on the other side, and it might be hard to see what's over there. So, yeah, I'm gonna get my tent set up right over here.
Want to see the little griddle?
Yeah, that's funny.
It's a big chunk of stainless steel.
Yeah. Did you form it yourself?
No, I bought that.
It's a company name.
Yeah. Little griddle.
$45.
That's actually like really smart.
That's a big chunk of stainless steel.
Yeah.
And it's flat, and it's got support in the bottom, so it's not going to warp.
Mm-hmm.
It won't rust, bust, or collect dust.
Because we're going to be using it.
Is that their tagline?
No, that's mine.
Rust or collect.
So you salt it and let it sit for, I don't know, I usually let it, depending on the size of the steak, I'll let it probably an hour. Let it come up to, you want it room temperature-ish?
Yep. Yeah.
So if you're in this kind of setting, you're just going to be cooking either on a grill or a pan or something. Right. So you really don't have an oven to put it in unless you have a Dutch oven. So
we do.
We do, but it's too much work.
It's a lot of work.
So just sear it, and I'd sear it for, I'd just do like 7 minutes per side. If it's like
one flip,
like 1.5 inches thick.
So Matt, can you explain what all is in there, and then explain what a silver turtle is?
Did you take a picture of that?
I did. I got a little video. Yeah.
Okay, so this is carnitas, which is pork. It's a diced up pork shoulder that's been browned with some seasonings. And underneath this is onions and jalapenos and oregano and orange juice and a little bit of milk, some salt and pepper, and just a couple habaneros.
Just a couple? There's
Just
like
a couple.
6.
Just a couple.
They're big too.
And this will sit and roast for 3 to 4 hours. So it will get hot in there. So there's coals on top,
or something,
there's coals on the bottom. In a little while, I've got a lid opener I can hook that lid and pick it up. And I got a temperature probe I'll stick in there and test the temperature.
Yeah.
pull the tin foil off too.
And this has been going for about, what, 4 hours?
Since 12:30, so yeah. So 3.5.
So these are the habanero peppers.
Yep.
These are the poblanos, and the jalapenos are underneath, bubbling up their rich goodness. Here's a jalapeno. And the stuff that's on top that's more brown has a little extra oregano on it, so you get more oregano flavor. This is going to be
a
good.
little spicy, but a little spice, but not much. Not a ton.
I think the tin foil is gonna break apart too much. Well, then get out of it.
Dan, that doesn't need to go on anything else. Put that foil in the trash can.
Plate-Doh. Meat.
Or you could just shred as you go. So did your trip?
You guys are too
In the
young
town,
to remember. Remember the
get
night
any
it
progress
rained
on
like
the
a
wood store?
hound dog, and we were all the way down the other end in this a tent like this.
Did you see any wood? Started dripping on us.
I do keep my eyes peeled back.
Are you talking about the
And we-
poker game?
Yeah, and the poker game. They played poker all night long. When did we start, pretty much as a group, doing this?
As the canoe
The
father
canoe
and son
trip.
thing.
First father-son canoe trip.
Here we go, Kevin. Here we
He's
go.
gonna say something.
Benjamin
that's
was 12. It was
Oh,
the
no,
first
that's
trip he
accurate.
went on. And it was not here. It was down at Carter Rock. We went there a
How do
couple
you know?
years.
You weren't even born
Yes,
yet.
I was. He said Benjamin was 12. I'm like
okay,
5
go
years
ahead.
older than Benjamin.
I'll give you some room for that one.
And we went there a couple of years in a row. Somehow we got turned on to this trip up the Shenandoah.
I can tell you that the very first trip was rafts. I think Jack Gray was on that too.
Yeah, he was.
Yep.
And he's telling the story, and somebody else started telling the other story about what Jim, Hacksaw Jim, or whatever his name was, and your dad starts scratching on the door. And Chris Perry's like, stop it, I can't take it anymore.
They had
I was coming down them stairs for a reason.
yeah,
Oh,
but you
because
screwed up.
everybody was snoring upstairs.
Because he said he was coming down because you were snoring.
I didn't say you.
No, you did. Yes,
I
you
did.
did.
It was just implied.
It was someone was
It
snoring.
was noisy. It was noisy.
So it's a little after 7, and I think pretty much everybody's asleep, but I'm awake now. I need to go do something. So last night was kind of rough. I have a little mat that I was sleeping on underneath the sleeping bag. If you're into that, that's cool, but next time I do this, I'm getting an air mattress.
They woke me up when they were down there, and then they got closer and closer. I'm like,
Kevin woke me up. He got up and he just stood there. And he just stood there. That's it. I can't take any more of this way.
I wanted to mention real quick that a lot of what I am actually filming, at least here during the camping, I'm trying to capture funny moments and like stuff where we're actually talking and having a good time, but that's kind of what we've done the whole time, just sit around and talk and eat a lot of food. So I don't want to put every single moment of us talking in this, but you know, I'm trying to pick out the best parts, whatever. So these are also friends, and I don't want to put, there's some personal conversations, so I'm trying to find the balance, but I'm trying to at least make it somewhat entertaining. So yeah, I'll tell you a little bit more later. Nope.
The setup and the power punch.
What was his famous line? Good grief.
Well, Jimmy Durante
You bother me. Was that?
Get away from me, kid. You bother me.
Oh, was it?
If you were just talking to a random person, they never heard about this camping trip before, like what would you say to them?
This camping trip is basically something that we started doing. My father started doing it when I was about 10, and it was built around, doing something with fathers and sons in the church. And he started it back then. It's just something we've kept going for all these years. I try to keep it short and sweet, Zach. The camera puts that pressure on me, and if you were just asking me, I could just answer you. But with that little eyeball looking at me, my mind goes blank.
All right, go ahead.
You need to know that if you spend enough time with Mark, you will soon be able to tell his stories as well as he can.
Because you get to hear them several times. Well, yeah, I like to embellish.
Yeah, every time.
As you go along.
True.
You have
A little
to
different
embellish.
every time.
Get a little more information in there.
And then you tell him that he's wrong. He said it wrong.
Oh yeah, I have to correct it. Yeah, because sometimes it's important. The details.
It's important to tell him it's wrong. Not for it to be wrong, but to tell him.
No. When you told it 3 times ago, you told it a little bit different.
We are headed to the swimming pool. Let me zoom out a little bit. A little too close.
Yeah, Antietam Creek.
We don't have any wheelchairs, but...
Kevin just told Tom that we don't have any wheelchairs. We're gonna go down to the swimming hole, and I'm not swimming, but I'm gonna capture hopefully some good footage of him jumping in and whatever. So maybe I'll even do some slow motion.
That bridge, Burnside Bridge, was here in 1862 when this battle was fought. And then this field right here, in fact, 159 years ago yesterday, this field would have been filled with Union troops waiting to cross that bridge and mount an attack against the Confederate sharpshooters up on the ridge.
Which we
And that was
saw
right
yesterday.
there.
So they were sitting ducks.
Yeah, they were getting picked off all day, but there was so many of them, they were finally able to take the hill. There's a wheelchair ramp over here, Tom.
Okay, what just happened?
I would imagine too.
What?
What just happened?
Man, I have no comment.
Yeah.
Right, what just happened?
We were just talking to the park ranger because he was kind of like, well, what do I do to stop people from doing that? And we said you could put a sign at the rope swing because he was saying there were signs along the bank that said no pull out, no walking trail. But yeah, I didn't see any of that. And I said,
And why
well,
would I be looking for a sign when I'm floating down the river?
Yeah, and we said, why don't you put a sign at the rope swing? And he said, oh, it gets vandalized immediately.
I guess technically, where at least the bridge is, you're not supposed to be in the water, but there's nothing in there saying you can't be in the water. unless you're literally on the side of the bridge. And there was a sign that was literally like 2 inches wide, and it has a picture, a very small little picture with a red line through someone swimming. It's like the general public probably won't even see that.
So you can swim past it. You can swim past the bridge and canoe and kayak past the bridge. Because that's what all the other people that passed us canoeing did. And they went past the bridge, but you're not allowed to take out on the bridge because it'll erode it.
Preserve.
Oh well, we know now.
Preserve history. I don't know.
The willow tree.
I mean, it's been there in what,
The
since
willow
the 1800s?
witness. Yeah, 1860 is the Civil War.
Yeah.
So it's been there for over 140 years, that tree, and it's got bullets from the Civil War inside the trunk of the tree. So that's why they're so conservative about conservation.
I mean, I can understand that. I think the thing that's funnier to me is the fact that the cop came over and he was snippy and he was like, I need you guys to help me, which was kind of confusing at first.
Yeah, because I thought he was actually being genuine, but then he kept just repeating himself. And when we said suggestions, like, hey, how about put a sign at the swing?
That's like actually larger than this
he
little
kept saying it's going to get vandalized. And it's like, oh, well, put up another sign.
Yeah.
But there's other signs there that aren't vandalized where you park that says park closed or whatever. I don't know why you can't put a sign there.
The guys are back there. We just got done with a really late lunch, really early dinner. So we're gonna go in a little bit to get some ice cream, but I'm gonna pack up, and it's been a fun trip. It's been a fun trip. So, my wife and my kids are so sweet. My wife and each of my children left me a little note. They're the best. All right, let's go get some ice cream. If you're ever in Sharpsburg, make sure you get some Nutter's ice cream.